This praying mantis has been superbly engineered for speed and power. And has a voracious appetite for other insects.
Two or more of these insects are called mantids. Cockroaches and stick insects are considered close relatives of mantids. They all belong to the order Orthoptera. Adult mantids can reach 15 centimeters in length. Mantids are the only insects that are able to turn their triangular-shaped heads from side to side. They have an elongated prothorax onto which the front legs are attached. The mantid's forelegs have sharp spines on them. These rows of spines are used to grasp their prey. The forelegs of the mantis are folded and held together when the animal is at rest. This makes the insect look as if it is praying. That is why it is often called the praying mantis. Mantids have a sensitive compound eye on each side of their head that can detect movement up to 60 feet away and allows them to estimate distances accurately. Using an ear on the mesothorax, mantids may be able to hear ultrasound, enabling them to escape from bats. Bats use ultrasound, echolocation, to locate their prey. The combination of the mantis's special features makes the mantis unique among insects. Adult mantids have two pairs of wings. The front pair is straight, leathery, and narrow, and the back pair is thin or membranous. The hind wings look as though they are folded like a fan. The hind wings are transparent and are used for flight. Mantids have wings that help them fly, but they are not long-distance flyers. They use their wings to fly short distances, especially to escape from predators. Male mantids fly to find a female that is sending out pheromones to call them. Adult females have difficulty flying because their bodies are heavy with the weight of the eggs they carry. Most mantids live in warm tropical climates. Mantids come in different colors, from light brown to bright green. Mantids are predators that sit and wait for their prey, looking almost invisible because of how well they are camouflaged among the leaves and stems in their habitat. When prey comes close, the mantis flips out its front legs to catch it in its sharp spines. On the other hand, mantid nymphs are prey for spiders, lizards, and ants. Adult mantids are eaten by birds, bats, and frogs.
The cicada can make a sound so loud it can damage your eardrums. The majority of the lifespan of a cicada is underground, and they can remain underground for between 2 to 17 years. And when the male emerges, that's when they start calling. They need to find a mate before they die, so they're very loud. And the way that a cicada achieves such high volume is through its hollow abdomen. It's got these little tymbals, and it pulls in and out these drum-like organs.
If you live on the east coast of the United States, you've spent the last 17 years of your life walking, eating, and sleeping above a dormant army of insects. These are the cicadas. Every 17 years, billions of them emerge from the ground to do 3 things: molt, mate, and die. There are 15 different broods of cicadas out there, grouped by when they'll emerge from the ground. Some of these broods are on a 13-year cycle, others are on a 17-year clock. Either way, the cicadas live underground for most of their lives, feeding on the juices of plant roots. When it's time to emerge, the adults will begin to burrow their way out of the ground and up to the surface, where they will live for just a few weeks. During these weeks, though, everybody will know that the cicadas have arrived. There will be billions of them, and they're loud. Male cicadas band together to call for female mates, and their collective chorus can reach up to 100 decibels, as loud as a chainsaw. In fact, if you happen to be using a chainsaw or lawnmower, male cicadas will flock to you, thinking that you're one of them. Now, like most things in nature, the cicadas don't arrive without a posse. There are all sorts of awesome and gross predators and parasites that come along with the buzzing bugs. Take the fungus Massospora, for example. This little white fungus buries itself in the cicada's abdomen and eats the bug alive, leaving behind its spores. When those spores rupture, they burst out of the still alive cicada, turning the bug into a flying salt shaker of death, raining spores down upon its unsuspecting cicada neighbors. But while we know pretty precisely when the cicadas will arrive and fade away, we're still not totally certain of why. There are certain advantages to having your entire species emerge at once, of course. The sheer number of cicadas coming out of the ground is so overwhelming to predators that it's essentially guaranteed that a few bugs will survive and reproduce. And since cicadas emerge every 13 or 17 years, longer than the lifespan of many of their predators, the animals that eat them don't learn to depend on their availability. But why 13 and 17 years instead of 16 or 18 or 12? Well, that part no one really knows. It's possible the number just happened by chance, or perhaps cicadas really love prime numbers. Eventually, the cicadas will mate and slowly die off, their call fading into the distance. The eggs that they lay will begin the cycle again, their cicada babies burrowing into the earth, feeding on plant juice and waiting for their turn to darken the skies and fill the air with their songs. In 17 years, they'll be ready. Will you?